Hi guys, I'm Lou. This is Dave.
How's it going?
Today I'm going to interrupt you.
Every word you f***ing say.
Today we're going to be doing a video on power chords and why they're really important for you to learn and how they're really useful, particularly if you're a beginner. They can be used in vast amounts of different contexts. You can use them to help orchestrate a song, because sometimes playing bar chords all over it will make your band absolutely hate you and they'll want to gut you. So power chords can be a really great area just to keep you in your specific frequency area. So in this video, this is what we're going to be focusing on. We're going to be going through five main power chords, starting with the very first one, and this is the first one. Playing them all in G. The first one is a standard 1-5 power chord. It's pretty simple. And what you're doing, if you don't know your scales properly, I would highly recommend checking out Dave's video. He's done loads of videos.
I did a video on intervals, which we can link up there in the top corner. Am I pointing in the right place? There we go.
It's over there.
I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at the microphone. Right.
Yeah, if you don't know your scales, check out those videos. They're really useful. But that is the first thing you need to learn, what the 5 is. And the 5, I'm going to explain it pretty quickly. It is the 5th note of the scale, and essentially what a power chord is it's usually just the root and the 5th note. So, count up in the major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, root 5.
Yeah, and then you can add the octave on top of that as well.
Yeah.
So if we're playing a G power chord, then our frets are going to be 3rd fret on the E string, 5th fret of the A and D strings.
That's right, Dave.
Power chord.
Yeah, so the next chord we're going to cover is the double up 5, which is really great if you want to sound like you have a 7th string, but you don't have one. So if you want a chord to sound like that, and you only have a 6-string guitar, what you can do is you will be playing your chord mainly on the A string. So the actual root note of the chord will be on the A string. So instead of playing G, we're going to be playing C for this one. And the main power chord will be the 3rd fret and the 4th fret on the A string and the D string.
5th fret.
5th fret. I've been playing music for 10 years. Yeah, so the 3rd fret and the 5th fret on the A and the D strings. And then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doubling up the 5th note, so you're going to be playing the lower octave of the 5th note, and that will be on the 3rd fret on the E string. So you will have this chord. And this is really great if you want your guitar to sound like it's got a bit more
oomph, as opposed to same chord, same notes, just the 5ths lower, and it sounds great.
It's fucking fantastic.
Brilliant.
The next chord we're going to be focusing on is the 3rd power chord, and essentially what this is instead of playing 1 and 5, you're going to be playing 1 and 3. And this is really useful if you've got your head around chords and scales and the diatonic system, that thing, you will have a better understanding of major and minor chords. So if you want to play a major version, essentially what you're going to be doing is we're still going to be sticking with the E string and the A string, but you're going to be, instead of playing on the 5th fret, you're going to be playing on the 2nd fret. So 1 fret below if you want to play a major chord. So 1 on the so 3 on the E and 2 on the A. And then if you want to play a minor chord, you'll be going 2 frets below the fret on the E string. So instead of being 3rd fret on the E and 2nd fret on the A, it'll be 3rd fret on the E and 1st fret on the A.
Very evil sounding.
Yeah, so this can be really useful if you want to have a bit more orchestration to what you're playing, so it actually sounds like it fits better with your music. Otherwise, you just sound like you're in a punk band, you know. That's not a punk rhythm.
You don't want to be in a punk band.
You don't want to be in a punk band. If you're in a punk band, quit!
I didn't really mean that.
I did. So yeah, the next chord is the 9th, and this is great if you want to sound like you're at a prog jazz band and you actually know nothing about music, like Opeth for instance.
Just sounds good.
Yeah, it just sounds nice.
And the cool thing about these 9th power chords is that They're neither major or minor, so you can play them over a major or minor chord, because the ninth is not a major or a minor interval. So let's...
Unless you're playing a minor ninth.
Unless you're playing a minor ninth, but that doesn't make it a major or a minor chord.
No,
so
it doesn't make it major or minor. It makes it the difference between being nice sounding and absolutely horrible.
That's it. Although there's that song Blood Meat by Protest the Hero. They have their uses.
Yeah, they do
the
have
old
their
flat
uses.
9.
Yeah, so, mind you, so does this.
Everything has its use. It's just where you put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I'm sure we can fit that in somewhere. But yeah, if we go back to the ninth power chord, then with our root on the G, so that'd be the 3rd fret of the E string. Then we're going to play the 5th fret of the A string and the 7th fret of the D string. And we've got our 9th power chord. So root, 5th, 9th.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that's it's really useful if you want to make something sound a bit more sophisticated and you want to sound like your Dream Theater when you're also in a punk band.
Doesn't really work, does it?
No.
No.
It actually hurts as well.
Yeah.
It really hurts.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, this one, but when you get used to it, it's not like that bad.
Yeah. So the next chords we are going to cover are 7th power chords, and these are quite interesting because I suppose technically they're not really power chords, but they are. But they're not. But they are.
They kind of are.
Yeah.
They can be used in place of a power chord, so they kind of are power chords. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, essentially what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking the same idea from the 3rd power chords, and you're just going to be applying that with an added 7th onto it. So the number 1 chord to kind of go to when you're starting with 7ths is the major 7th. So it will sound like this. Immediately more jazzy. So what we're actually fretting here is 3 on the E string, 2 on the A, and then 4 on the D. And then the minor version of this would be this. And you're fretting 3 on the E, 1 on the A, and 3 on the D again.
Cool.
Yeah.
What else have we got?
And
that's dominant 7ths.
Well, dominant 7ths, which are even simpler.
3, 2, 3.
3, 2, 3.
Tasty.
Yeah, if you want to sound like you're a funk band.
I mean, you'd probably play it a bit higher up and you wouldn't have like loads of gain on your guitar, but... Oh yeah.
So yeah, now we move on to diminished 7ths, and these are very choicefully useful. If you understand music theory a bit more and you're looking to change keys or use substitutions for the 5th, these are really useful chords to know. If you don't, these can sound a bit horrible, but they can still have their uses. You could probably use them in some kind of math chord.
There you go, we just wrote a mathcore song right there with the old diminished 7th.
Funny, I think mathcore actually comes from punk. I don't like mathcore anymore. Right. So then we have stacked tritones, which are even more mathcore.
My favourite.
Yeah, it's favourite.
Basically, the beginning of every Dillinger Escape Plan song is this power chord. So we're going to play 3 on the E string, 4 on the A string, and 5 on the D string to get this chord. It's great. It's a great sound. Very tense. Lots of tension there. they're also good for the purpose of creating tension before you resolve into like maybe a standard power chord 1 fret higher. I don't know, maybe you could use them in that way as well. So, as I said, there is a use for everything. We've just got to figure out what that use is.
So the last chord we're going to be doing is the half diminished seventh, which very similar to the diminished seventh, except this has just a minor seventh and not a double flat seventh, which an actual diminished seventh has. And if you don't know what that means, don't worry. Don't worry. You will learn. But for now, what we're going to be playing is we're going to be playing 3-4-3 on the E, the A, and the D string.
It's not a great time to have a phone call, is it? Right, we'll not answer that until later.
How day?
That's it.
That's it.
I'm done.
We should be playing some like tense chords over this. The best way to look at this chord is like almost like an inverted dominant seventh. So with the dominant seventh, you're playing 3-2-3, and then for the diminished half diminished seventh, you're playing 3-4-3. 3-4-3.
Should we finish off this video?
Yeah, we should. That's like the most annoying thing I've ever come up with. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This has been essentially the video. Power chords are really, really great to kind of use, especially if you haven't got the hang of bar chords, if your hands are still developing. Power chords are much easier to play, and they can really help you get a good understanding of music theory without having to learn the full kind of. Learn as many of these as you can. If you don't understand some of the more complex ones, that's fine. Revisit them when you've got a better understanding, and they'll make a lot more sense to you. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and subscribe to Dave's channel. He's got my channel. He's got some really good tips on his channel.
Yep.
Some really bad ones.
That's true as well.
I've got some really bad tips on my channel.
We shouldn't be saying this. We should be like, we're great.
Subscribe.
Hit that notification bell. Like the video. Let's get this video to 10,000 likes.
Oh mate, if this video doesn't hit 10,000 likes, I'm hammering 2 testicles through my nails.
2 testicles through your nails. Look at the balls of my hands.
Right, anyway, that's been the video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.